One time. I owe everybody pulling up to this live an apology. Before I do anything else, I owe you an apology. Before I do anything else, I owe an apology. I was MIA Saturday and Monday, yesterday. I owe you both. I owe everybody in the spot an apology. Just gonna start right there. I was supposed to be here and I wasn't. The good news is the reasons I wasn't here are really, really good. Like seriously, seriously good. Hey, he called me trouble. Um, let's get into it. Brothers and sisters, mothers and misters, bunions and blisters, I'd like to welcome you to the garage, home of the worldwide mechanics. I'm your lead mechanic, Mike Rashawn. As always, we go live around this time. Do me a favor, pull up, get your coveralls, get your tool belt. Let's get this thing on the rack, see where we at. Hit the like, hit that hype button, and hit the sub button. That's the way you show your boy love. Hit the likes, hypes, and the subs. That's how you show your boy love. Which one y'all want to go into first? I'm seeing a lot of 38. Atrocity, what up? Dwayne, what up? CJ, what up? Good to see y'all in the building. Powerful, what up? Good to see the folk. Big Sugar, what's happening? Charlie Funk. My bad, Charlie. He's trying to show his girl to Sean. I left him to his own devices. Gat was holding it down for you yesterday. It was dope. Yeah, but that's what Gat does. That's what Gat does. Yo, let's start with 38. Let's start with 38 and the Jim Jones thing. I'm on record. This is not the flex that Jim thinks it is. Bottom line. This is not the flex Jim thinks it is. I see people conflating the issue already, talking about how many hit records Jim got versus Spesh, and that's why they can't have this conversation. Keep in mind, Spesh made his criteria very clear. He's talking about bars and lyrics. This ain't got nothing to do with hit records or money. And I've always said, if your default when somebody challenges you as far as raps are concerned, if your default setting is to talk about how they don't have enough money or how they don't have enough hit records, this conversation is already over. And I'm glad we have. I'm glad we've come to a time where we're starting to realize that. That's number one. Number two, the video of Jim. The video of Jim offering one of his young boys a deal if he goes at 38. I'm just gonna tell you straight up, that's not. That's such a bad idea. That's such a bad idea because it just goes back to Dame Dash's point about Jim not wanting to fight his own battles. And if you saw it, you already know what I'm talking about. Just, what up? I'm not gonna speak on anybody's character. I don't know Jim like that to talk on character, which is why I like to stay away from this kind of messy talk. But since this is about rhymes, let's keep it about rhymes. Hiring somebody to cover your smoke is not it. Offering somebody a deal to handle your scandal ain't it. That's not hip hop. I offer them a deal if he'll bite you. No, that's not it. Jada and Spesh, that's friendly banter, right? They know each other. They're cool with each other. Atrocity, just to answer your question, I think Jada may say his name, but I don't think it's going to be the smoke we think it is. I think those two dudes, and if they happen to see this, just this is my opinion, as someone who's cool with both of them, I would like for them to get on a track and air it out, and may the best man win. Don't even go at each other. Don't even go at each other. Air it out. And may the best MC, may the best microphone win. Air it out. Hop on the track, 16 each. Easy. Get a fire ass beat. Go holler at Alchemist. So or no. I was gonna say even let 38 cook it up, but don't do that. No unfair advantages. Let them both get on the track and go for it. 16 each. You got 16. Do what you can do over a banger. So the beat ain't even a question. Just, what up? Shout out to just with $20 super chat in the room. Let me just just so you know, because I know how you play. Just so you know, I'm 1,500 from getting everything. So thanks to people like Just, Say What Again, and everybody else who's thrown super chats in here, just understand, I am like almost there, and we're gonna have this whole thing looking a whole different way off the strength of y'all. And I just want you to know, what everything that's being contributed, that's how close I am. This channel is like supporting itself. With 8,000 hardcore folks who pull up every time I go live, this channel is supporting itself, and that's off the strength of y'all. And I just want you to know that after all this, what we've been doing, it's working. It's dead ass working. I just want to say that and move right back on. Yeah, CJ, that's it. And then I'm like, and I'm not even talking about the Mech and Gat show. I'm just talking about this channel specifically being able to hook this thing up with everything it needs. I just priced it out, and I'm that close. I am that close. Crazy, right? I'm that close. It's nuts. So, what two MCs do you want to see? I want to see Jada and Spesh. I want to see Jada and Spesh get it popping. And if Jim has the wherewithal, I want to see him go on and approach. Like, let's settle it on the mic. Don't hire somebody else. Don't offer somebody else a deal to walk down on 38. No, bro, you do it. And here's the other part. Just in case people think I'm jumping on here to just completely smash on Jim Jones, Jim can do this. Jim is capable. Did you hear the response he gave to Pusha? He's capable. He's capable. He can do this. Hiring, this is why it even makes less sense for you to go. And also don't want to hate on the young boy who has an opportunity to get a full-on deal and actually get in the game doing this. Like, I don't want to take his opportunity away at all. I don't want to talk like he shouldn't have one. But this shouldn't be how it happens. This shouldn't be how it happens. Like, your boss got to handle his own, especially since 38 is talking about pulling up receipts of Jimmy opening for him at 1,000-seater venue. Like, bro, if y'all was on the same marquee, y'all was on the same bill, and you wasn't a headliner, you can't talk about 38 can't say nothing to you. That's a dub. The Jones from on my way. Yeah, dude, like that's what I'm talking about. He can do it. He can do it. You heard him over the he managed to get a hold of the Chains and Whips. If y'all haven't seen it, go look it up. Quick Google search. You'll hear Jimmy get going for it. Like he was doing his thing. He was doing his thing. He can 100% hit. Like, so I don't understand why, if this was the power move, like the boss move, this ain't it, bro. Hiring somebody else to handle your business, to handle your smoke, when he was talking to you trying to hire somebody else to do your work for you, really just proves 38's point that you're not involved in this arena. Where we talk this stuff, we talk bars, we talk rhymes, metaphors, hooks, similes, entendres. Like, when we start talking about this and your name ain't in the conversation, you hiring someone else to handle someone who's talking that way, that's not the flex you think it is. That's not the flex you think it is. Mac, the reason 38 has to lead with disrespect is I honestly don't believe the culture respects skills. That's one. Leroy, how do I answer this? Second, if Jim and Jada just pull out a bunch of money, the coach is gonna say that they win. Okay, Leroy, I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there. The no problem that industry culture, casual rap fans are gonna tell you that the person who pulls the most money out of their pocket won. Unfortunately for them, these are hip hop heads I'm talking to, and these are hip hop heads in this room. And I'm not really interested in who has more money. Hits are marketing. Hit records, plaques, a lot of that is marketing. Most of it is marketing. The record, I'm not saying the record won't be good, but bar wise, talent wise, skill wise, none of those things factor into having a hit record. You just need the right marketing, the right beat to catch you enough hook, and you're going to have a hit record. So if hits equal money in the eyes of the industry, equal cash in the eyes of the industry, then yeah, sure, whoever makes the biggest hits has the most money. 38 was very specific about the metric he was using. He was very specific. Bars. I'm not here for what the people say. A bunch of casual ass fans running around telling you that conflating the issue, who's got the most money, who's got the most hits, like that's what we're discussing. Not talking about that. MC Hammer had hits. I can't tell you an MC Hammer bar, and that may be an unnecessary shot at Hammer. Let me take a. Plenty of people have hits. Not a lot of people have bars. They definitely ain't talking the kind of talk that 38 talk. They definitely not talking the kind of talk that Jada talk. And if the conversation is between the two of those, somebody who don't have that, somebody who doesn't talk like that, should either stay out of it, or if you decide to jump in, you gotta understand that you're swimming with the sharks in here. And unless you're a shark, you really should just chill out. Everybody I talk to about battling over bars, they view that as clout chasing, not competition. Leroy Green, you in the wrong room. I'm telling you right now, your audience, your circle, change your circle. Swap your circle out. Those people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Those are industry casual rap fans. They're not hip hop heads. In this room is full of hip hop heads. My space, hip hop heads. We talk hip hop around here. We don't talk that casual rap. And what you just described to me is the attitude of a bunch of casuals. If that's what they're saying, and you're noticing, it means you're in the wrong room, bro. You're just in the wrong space. You got to clear out. You got to get out of there. You got to find your room. You got to find your circle. Hang on a second, y'all. Let me see this. That's a little better. I knew it. You got to find your circle. And the one you're in ain't it. You can't be around a bunch of dudes who gonna tell you that somebody won because they got more money, and we ain't even got to it yet. Or the first time that somebody mentions bars, that's clout chasing. Wait, since when? People in fear. Since when is gaining clout through your talent a problem? You supposed to get clout off your talent. Playboy, that's how it's supposed to work. We're supposed to give the most clout to the most talented. That's always how it's supposed to work. The industry decided that it don't go like that. Hype Beast decided that it don't go like that. Talented people, untalented people decided that it ain't like that. They fucked up the feng shui, bro. Not us. I'm not interested in you clout chasing. Oh, you sound stupid. Because he's dope, because he's nice. He's clout chasing. He's supposed to get your attention. He's dope. And I'm talking about 38. I'm talking about Jada. I'm talking about people who have actual talent. Not the talent to act stupid or the talent to act foolish in public. The talent of having no shame. Somebody with bars is supposed to get the clout, bruh. They're not supposed to be chasing it. We supposed to be giving it to them. They got the talent. They dope. What are we talking about? Anybody, Leroy, to you specifically, anyone who pulls up on you talking about when you talking about bars, they clout chasing. Yo, X though, don't talk music with them. Don't talk music with them. They're industry. You can't talk music with industry people. You can you It's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. You just That's not how this works. Don't You're never gonna have the kind of conversation you want with those people. They're never gonna be here for it, bro. Period. Yes. 38 is 100% independent, steering his own ship. That's why his music seems to never stop. Like his output is crazy. I look at 38 lightweight as a model of how the indie world works now. When you get a fan base, you got to keep them fed. I feel like speech is pressuring the issue with this, though. I can see how people feel like this is chasing clout. It's one thing to say you had a better verses, but yeah, but he's supposed to. He's supposed. If we sat down and asked 38, who's a better rapper than you? How many people you think is gonna make that list? Not a lot. It's not gonna be a big list. And we applaud MCs with the nuts to say that they the best out. We always have. They're supposed to believe they're better than everybody else. Fro one, this for you, Fro. We can't penalize them now for the confidence. And if he felt like Jada was ducking him, he's supposed to say that. I feel like bro ducking. I feel like he don't want the smoke. Now, had he asked me, I would have told him Jada is notoriously difficult to get on a record. Doesn't matter how much you offer to pay him. Well, I'm sure there's a number that'll get him, you know, off his ass in the car and in the booth. I'm sure there's a number that'll have that popping ASAP. But Jada's notorious for being difficult to work with. One Google search would have told him that. And if 38 had asked me, I'd have told him that. So it may not be, I say that to say it may not be a matter of Jada's ducking you. It may be a matter of you meet Jadakiss. Like that's Jada. That's been Jada. Before people were saying 38 Spesh's name, Jada had a reputation for being notoriously hard to get for a feature. It's just a thing. Jim Jones was fair to say he needed I think he changed the conversation when he started bringing money or fashion into the conversation. Chamber, he did. He did. But I'm also going to tell you that's not new. I'm also going to tell you that's an old tactic. Switching the conversation to how much money you got when somebody wants to actually challenge your skills, that's not new. I've been around long enough to see it happen a million times. The people with more money and less skill will 100% put the money in front of your ability to challenge them. Not saying that every challenger deserves to be accepted, right? But 38 and Jim are both indie. So where are we drawing the line? His cadence is basic as hell. Then they should have no problem dealing with him. They should have no problem dealing with him. If that's really how they feel, they should have no problem dealing with him. The fact that people are like making move. If Jada wasn't ducking him, I gotta tell you, hiring somebody to get at Jada, hiring a complete like brand new name. I don't want to call bro a no name. Hiring like a brand new dude to come in and get it 38. You're kind of making 38. You're legitimizing his stance. He says people are ducking him, and now here you are ducking him. This whole conversation started because he said somebody was ducking him. Somebody was ducking the smoke. Here you are with an open invitation to the smoke, and the first thing you do is go hire somebody else. He's starting to, you got this nigga looking like the boogeyman. Go handle your skin. If he's that much of a no problem, a no brainer, go handle your business. Go do your thing. He's right there. He told you come go get it. Jada's comfy. He has no incentive to do other than the banter in this. Yeah, no. But again, Jada's never been I don't know what motivates Jada. He does not make moves to do collabs, to do features. He doesn't. He does not. It got to be something he wants to do. And for an independent artist who's been indie his entire run, like 38, getting somebody like Jada on the track is what you're supposed to do. See, this is what I want said. First of all, I don't have a dog in this fight, but I have a lot of respect for 38's stance in this entire thing. 38 is handling this the way that I think I would handle this if I was in his shoes, right? Again, not every challenger warrants a response. Somebody coming out the blue who you've never heard of before, calling you trash, you're not supposed to respond back to everybody, especially if you really got stuff to do. That's not the thing. What if he don't want to rap with dude because he's trash? I think he got lucky being on the track with him because of Benny. Nuts, I disagree. 30, you may not like 38. Calling him trash is above and beyond. He is not. You can't. He may not be your taste. Like I understand and respect that. But let's keep it a buck here. Let's keep it a buck here. 38 ain't trash. Far from trash. 38's a lot of things. Trash ain't one of them. Shout out to everybody dropping the stars. Shout out to everybody dropping the shopping the gifts, dropping the gifts. I'm flowing here, so I'm barely. Shout out to everybody with the stars and the shout out. I see it. Thank you for supporting the channel. 100. The two jewels. How Spesh trash, bro. He's not. He's not. That's what I'm saying. He's not. I'm that. He's also a producer. If you heard that album, him and Graf did. If you think 38 is trash, I need to know what your criteria is. I need to know how I need to know what we're judging based on what, like on what. But Mech, do you see the logic in why in this climate 38 gotta disrespect to keep the eyes on his skills? I didn't see any disrespect. Leroy, real quick, walk me through the disrespect. And Leroy be the next one to respond, please. Just get the typing. What Chamber, I got you. Give me a second. I don't want to lose this point because Leroy, I wish I could bring you up live. Leroy, walk me through where the disrespect is. I think what he did on Backfield was unnecessary. He in his feelings, but that's like the tail end of it. Shout out to LR Blitz, my family's in the room. You didn't see any. I didn't see any disrespect either, but I'm also an MC, so I understand what he's doing. Leroy, if you didn't see it, you can't call it, bro. What are you doing? You can't throw a word out there like disrespect in a room full of MCs and a room full of black people, knowing how that's a trigger word for us. You can't throw that word out there, especially if you didn't see it. Come on, bro, what you doing? There was no disrespect, and I'm open to discovering said disrespect if maybe I missed it, because I'm not sitting here telling you that others is saying he's disrespecting Jada. Others need to shut the fuck up. Others need to shut the fuck up. They think he's disrespecting Jada by saying that he's ducking. There's no disrespect in that whatsoever, especially if he's right. But he's not. I don't think he's right. But that's not disrespectful to say that somebody is ducking. don't want to get on the track because, they'll get aired out. Hey, you can either prove them wrong or you can ignore it. Prove them wrong or ignore it. It's not disrespectful. It's how he feels. What if he really feels that way? With the confidence that we ask MCs to have in this day and age, I didn't mean for that to rhyme. What if he really feels that way? That's still rhymed. In the confidence we ask MCs to have in this day and age, what if he really feels that way? The whole Jesus Christ. I didn't mean for none of that. But Dwayne, I agree. I don't think Kiss is ducking. I don't think Kiss is ducking. But I think the conversation, I think I think Jada's reputation for not pulling up, what his penchant for not pulling up, is working against him now. I think it's working against him now. The fact that he never seems to be around for a feature, big monumental features that he has are always ridiculous. But I think like him not showing up, the reputation he had, I think it's working against him now because now it gives credence to the concept that maybe he's ducking. Maybe he ducks people at. There's also maybe he doesn't like these people. Maybe they didn't offer to pay him the bread. Maybe they don't have enough visibility for it. But there's always going to be somebody in the crowd saying maybe he's ducking. And I don't think he's ducking. But here we are. Crown K. Yeah, I know that was ridiculous. That almost felt like Tourette's. I'm not mad at 38. That's all I gotta say. I'm not mad at 38. I don't see him doing nothing wrong. I don't. I don't think. Um, some nuts. Some of them are gonna be trash. Some of them are definitely trash. Some of them he just don't like. Some of them he may not have time for. Some of them he doesn't have the energy for. All of these are possibilities, including that maybe he ducks, right? Including that. And I'm not saying it's true, but when you your reputation for not pulling up for features extends this long, somebody's gonna start. The possibility is a possibility. Anything's possible at this point. I think Jim will call for help from the Rap About It Let's Rap About It podcast. That's hilarious. He better not. He better not. He's already in the wrong. Aroma is fire. Spesh went on Bag Fuel and said, "Why is 50-year-olds talking about drugs and Aroma's wearing backpacks for another man?" Yeah, that was too. But he's pissed. That was too much. But he's pissed. That was too much. But he's in his feelings. He's pissed. And again, Blitz, that's the tail end of it. That's not what started it. If that had been his first comment, then yeah, it's up. It's up, and he's dead in the wrong. And first of all, you know me. I find ageism related insults corny from the gate. I think grown men, plenty of people will tell you when you compare us to the other genres, 50's really like to even bring age into it at all. I think is a weak argument. Let me just put it there. 38 could have said that about anyone. It just so happened to be Jada. Yeah, I get that. When 38 acted like he don't rap about drugs, so that was all it. But again, tail end, like we're dealing with the consequences now. We're dealing with the aftermath of what's already happened. We're talking about the after effects of what set it off. Now he's just shooting. Now everybody can get it. He's just shooting. Had he started with that kind of talk, I would 100% be on y'all's side as far as how this is going. But now he's just shooting. Now everybody's just whatever. Everybody can get it. I don't know. I just feel like when a lesser known MC calls out a bigger gun and says they are ducking, it puts the more known imps act in a prove it situation. Now Jada probably feels away. Yeah, yeah. Well, Fro, I don't know what you. Welcome to the life. Welcome to the life. Heavy is the head who holds the crown. When you've been that dude for this long, yeah, bro, these are some of the things you got to deal with. You got to figure out how to maneuver. Welcome to the ain't no sympathy here. When you've been running around telling everybody that you'll smoke them out the fucking booth for the last 20 plus years, 30 years, yeah, nigga, somebody gonna say something. Yes. It's the same pressure that we put on J. Cole. When J. Cole was running around telling everybody that can't nobody see him, and then the first chance he got with a worthy opponent, he backed down. It's the kind of thing it comes with the territory. That's the phrase I'm looking for. Comes with the territory. When you're Jada Kiss, this comes with the territory. And 38's on fire right now, and he was making his rounds before this even happened. I agree with the ageism, and now at the same time he has some valid points how it resonates from with the industry perspective. I think 38 is waiting on it. I think 38 is waiting on anyone now. I don't think 38's waiting for anything. Them singles is gonna roll out. Them interviews is gonna happen. Keep in mind, before this became a subject of conversation, he was making his rounds, doing the interviews. He was pushing the new single. He got a whole new project out. This is all like after the project drops. He was making his rounds and doing his press run. This just happened. Right, 38 been buzzing. Like this again, we're right back. We're seeing the results of the tail end of things now, but had he started off talking about look at all these old dudes with backpacks jumping around on couches, like you first of all you gotta find me the lie. Had he started with that, it definitely would have been trash. But that's not where it started. That's where it ended. Yeah, it's. Oh boy. By the way, tracks. That was a really stupid question, and the people around here don't suffer stupid questions. That's why that happened to you. Jada is kind of running into his own younger self in terms of when he was the hungry one at one point in time. Spesh is hungry right now, and that's the sport of hip hop. I, I agree. I agree. I didn't look at it that way, but yeah, I agree. After watching Hove's spectacular weekend, hip hop don't owe me nothing. I'm overly fed. Let's get into that because I did make that part of the topic. Let's get into that. And again, this is hip hop shit. I don't want to get political. I rarely get political. I'm gonna put on my I respect 38's hustle, but his caliber don't quite match up to Kiss. He personally, I don't think he's the best out of the boys from upstate. I feel where you coming from. 973, I feel where you're coming from, but nobody told 38 that. He doesn't agree with you. So this is what it looks like. $5 super chat from CJ the Kid. In the past beefs with Jada when Beans, and I'm assuming you mean 50, got at Jada, Sheik and Styles jumped in. If Spesh disses Kiss, would you be upset if the Locks jumped in on Spesh? Yes. Yes. Yes, I would. Yes, I really would. I would be if they got it shaken, if they really got it shaken, 38 and Jada got it shaken and started dissing each other, which I don't think it's gonna come to. So this is purely hypothetical. But if they started dissing each other and Sheik and Ghost jumped in, I would be sorely disappointed. I don't even think that's a possibility. I think the way those brothers rock with each other, there's no chance that they're gonna jump in and want to do anything. They gonna let Jada finish his food. They're not gonna jump in. Yeah, they're not gonna jump in. I don't see that. They're not gonna jump in. Um, why push caused you to switch topics? Technically, I'm not switching topics. I did have Jay's name mentioned in the title because it's something I wanted to cover real quick, and then we can get right back into this. But real quick, I just want to say, well, maybe I'll save it to the. Nah, just get out the way now. Jay's freestyle, where he addressed the entire Target thing. I just want to say, if I was on Jay's team and I was in the publicity department and he let me hear that rhyme ahead of time, I would have 100% asked him not to do that. And I would have pointed out the fact that it is never a good idea to blame. It's never a good idea to try to, to hit people with the whataboutism when they catch you with your hands in the cookie jar. If they feel like you're undercutting the protest, and the first thing you point out is all the things they're not protesting, instead of answering for the fact that you're undercutting their protest, that's a bad look. That doesn't go. And you're talking to a bunch of people who don't have the luxury and don't have the finances to stay off of the platforms that you're mentioning. Most people don't have the resources to work around something like Meta, something like Facebook, Google, YouTube, Instagram. Most people don't have the resources to completely and totally ignore social media the way he does. So when you start pointing fingers and telling people, you ain't protesting this, you ain't protesting that, it's politics as usual. That's corny. That wasn't it. That was a bad look. I would have told him, don't do. Now, again, with my publicist brain, what I would have told him to do was go ahead, address it, sell your record, and then on your Instagram page, on your YouTube page, put out a video with a complete list of all the black-owned businesses that are still doing business in Target that can't afford to walk away on behalf of the protest, and bring attention to their business and ask people to go support these black-owned brands that are still on Target, that are still located in Target, but don't buy the stuff in Target. Go to the brand's website and order from them directly. Problem solved. Problem solved. Hey y'all, Jay-Z here. I know that we got an active protest going on with Target. I know they cut all the DEI initiatives and they're giving everybody their ass to kiss. I understand that that's a big problem. I don't support them doing that, but you have to know that my distribution was set up in such a way that these contracts are already signed, and them being the subject of a protest doesn't give me room to opt out of the contract. I'd be in breach for a lot of money and a bunch of other stuff had I decided to breach this contract. So I'm going to follow through with my obligation. But what I do want you guys to know is there are a bunch of black-owned businesses that are still working with Target, not necessarily because they want to, but because they have to. So do me a favor. I'm going to put up a complete list of every single black-owned business that is still working with Target. And instead of buying through Target, I want you to go to their website, the business's website specifically, and buy from them directly. Essence Fest was sponsored by Target. Like, the hypocrisy is not consistent because everyone was at Essence Fest this year. Bro, them donating money, them spending money, them having a tax write-off does not equal out to them cutting DEI initiatives and firing a bunch of people just because. That's not the same thing. That's a token move. It's not the same. Their tax break doesn't give them rights. It doesn't make them deading DEI initiatives okay. Let's just get that out the way right now. And this is why I don't like to get political. This is why I like to keep it to music. Jay-Z is just a large target, so he's an easy target. Yes, Mick, you're right. But the other side of that coin is Jay-Z, with great power comes great responsibility. Shout out to Peter Parker. Shout out to Uncle Ben. With great power comes Just $50 super chat for absolutely no reason. She's back in the building. One time, let me show that some love. Just like we always do at this time. Thank you, darling. Much appreciated for supporting the channel. I already told y'all what the agenda is. In case you didn't know, anything that comes in through this channel gets reinvested back into this channel. I'm 1,500 off. I'm 1,500 off. Yep, 1,500 off from being able to completely soup this entire thing up. And people like Just and the good folks in this channel are making it happen. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Much support. I love this. I love it. And I'm going to be a man of my word. I see that number. It's up. Period. It's up. Yeah, take notes. Sugar, you think I can keep all that shit straight up here? You bugging. I need notes. I need to write things down. In fact, I went and priced a bunch of things out. Anyway, yeah, no, Just is definitely the GOAT. Just McDuck. Everyone forgets that the other things when it's at their leisure. Facts, my all-time favorite spot in that quote. Y'all be quiet about the 20 other things he does, but can't wait to hold him to the fire for the 2 things y'all dislike. Because who am I talking to? I want to get your name right. Jamila, yeah, Jamila Williams, 4827. Here's the thing. Again, with great power comes great responsibility. You can't spend your entire career telling everybody how you that nigga, how you got it over everybody else, how you got more money, more power, and more respect, and not expect to have more responsibility than the average person who does not have the financial flexibility or just the financial options to make moves the way he does. This is what comes with being in the big chair. I'm not telling you it's fair. I'm telling you it's how the game go. This is what it is. He he's the biggest name. He takes up the most oxygen. He draws the most eyes. He has the most power. Ergo, he has more responsibility than the average bear. Not saying that he doesn't deserve love and respect for the things that he does do well, but if you are the Jay supporter that I believe you are, then you know that Jay goes out of his way to not advertise the things he does on the charitable side. He doesn't advertise those things, so they're not really as known as the moves he makes that feeds his pockets and feed. Not to mention the fact that he won't own Reasonable Doubt. He won't get those masters for another 5 years. For all we know, this is the part of a business deal that moves that number up. Maybe most of the money out of Target is going to the guy who actually owns the masters, and he can get the masters back. That's just one theory, but just like the theory of Jadakiss ducking people, it's possible. He does not fully own the masters to Reasonable Doubt. This could have been a part of this could have been a setup, a deal. We may not find out about this. He doesn't get the masters for another 5 years. He doesn't completely have them. It's 2031 is when he gets them. He's got another 5 years to go. Yeah, I get you. Where's that energy? Where's the energy for Cole, Dada, Drake? They don't have the bro. They. I'm not telling you, Dwayne. I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you that you're wrong for pointing those three dudes out, right? What I am telling you is none of those three, maybe Drake, but none of those. We don't expect the power from those three that we expect from Jay. We never have. We probably never will. They don't talk that way with the exception of Drake. They don't move that way with the exception of Drake. We don't hold them as responsible as we do Jay, especially since Jay is an OG. We don't expect the OGs to move the same way we do their students. We expect OGs to know the new way to rock. Plus, niggas know that there's a saying in the business. I'm sure this saying is everywhere, but people will tell you, make it make sense. It has to make sense. In other words, The juice needs to be worth the squeeze. The effort needs to be, the value of the effort needs to be reciprocated in the reward. Make it make sense. The thing with Jay is almost anything he does makes sense. He can make any juice worth the squeeze. If he decided to take it to a mom and pop, they gonna come up crazy, and he'll be supporting a mom and pop. He could literally shift gears and change the culture doing stuff like that. That's why we don't. And not to say Drake, Cole, and Kendrick couldn't, but it won't land the same way as when Jay does it. That's just that's just a fact, bro. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. It's not going to be a fair amount of responsibility across the board because they're not doing the same things. Jay is literally celebrating a 30-year anniversary. Drake was like 9 when this album dropped. We're not expecting the same things from one as we are the other. I only expect good music and great performances from any artist. The rest of that ain't my business. I understand, and I really wish it was that cut and dried. And you have every right to do that. You have every right. That's your luxury. That you're entitled to that. Bush, I'm not even telling you wrong. You have every right for that. The business doesn't move like the rest of it doesn't move like that, and it's not something that artists who are in the mix can ignore. They can't just leave it alone. I know plenty of artists who are way doper than their status. You never know how dope they are based on where they are in the hierarchy and where people hold them, because there are a whole bunch of people in the building, like like my guy who started this conversation off. That, his circle. There are people who are telling you that it's just for clout, and bars is for clout. There are people, and you don't get to make the music in a bubble. You don't get the party. You don't get to do it in a bubble. You don't get to make moves in a bubble. Moving. Okay, Dwayne, are you talking to me? How am I moving the goalpost? No, no, no animosity. I'm really asking. No, no. Not being mean. I'm just really asking. What's the goalpost? It's hard to vouch for people because the perception of something and the reality can be two different things. Make that's a fact. That's a big fact. That's a big fact. What it looks like versus what it is the oldest trick in the book when it comes to the music industry. What it looks like, they're rich. What it is, they're struggling. They're day to day. They're check to check. They're struggling. Solo, what up, bro? Dwayne, I still need you to kick back in and tell me how the goalpost. Kick that for me one time, please. Also, an entire online agenda. B74 is not lying. Noble Savage, what up? The goalpost is taking money from money and selling products in Target. Again, I hate speaking on things like this. Um, you'll find yourself tied to something you don't understand. I hate speaking on things like this because my perspective is different. Michael Peterson, Western Massachusetts. Salute to you, King. Thank you for pulling up. Thank you for supporting the channel. Hopefully you're a mechanic. Oh, if you're up top and you're still lurking, do me a favor, hit the likes. Please and thank you. Hit the likes. Oh, and hit the hype button. I understand hype buttons are amazing for small channels like this one, like mine. Hit the hype button if you please. I heard that's a really good look. No, radio electric motors. You're not too late for 38 special talk. We're probably gonna get right back into that right after this. I don't like. Oh, wait a minute. I want to see something about Jim Jones up here. Time we're gonna swing back around in the 38 because I see people are pulling up and they want to get back into that. I don't like talking. My perspective when we start talking about things like the Target situation is different. I've set up contracts for artists, multiple artists. I've seen what goes into them, how meticulous they can be, and how specific they are. And people who want to get around specifics will tell you you're talking semantics, and meanwhile you're being very specific. You don't know what the contract for the distribution was. You have no idea if that was something he was able to get out of. The protest literally just started, and these contracts can be set up decades ago when we start talking about distro. 7 year contracts for distribution alone. 6 year contracts. Like if you set up a situation with a specific advertiser, and the language of the contract doesn't allow for you to nullify the entire thing if they get into some social awareness trouble, or some their standing sours in the public eye. If your contract doesn't allow for you to opt out when that happens, then you're stuck. You're stuck. And for a while, Target was just pretty benign. It was just a place to put vinyl. It wasn't even that big of a deal. And now all of a sudden they do something crazy like dropping DEI initiatives, and now you have to deal with that. And again, I don't want to make it sound like I'm shooting Jay Bale, but I understand how these things work. I understand you don't necessarily have a say in things like this all of the time. I can very much picture a room where Jay is sitting with his folk, and they're making plans and making moves, and they're closing in on the date, and boom, Target announces it's dropping its DEI initiatives. You sitting there, motherfucker, like, damn. They couldn't just sit still till I got done. They had to do this now. And you look, but you can't opt out. You breach your contract. They sue you for everything you got. You can't opt out. Artists have deals in place outside of their ideal, so they may find their exclusive distro in shops, whether or not a protest is going on. Some artists do. But if I don't have the contract in front of me, and neither do you, neither one of us can tell you exactly what was in that paperwork. And there's no way of knowing, bro. There's no way of knowing. But we all assume the worst thing possible because it's the easiest thing to grasp. But if you've actually done like contract work, bro, people, some people's albums can't move off of the distro because they haven't met all the conditions yet. So the distro still has complete control of those masters. Licensing deals where if you go a little too far this way, a little too far that way, they have control of your shit for like another couple of years, and you can't do shit about it till you get right. It's like that. It's like that. We may never know the details. Slade, that's all I'm saying. If I don't have it in front of me, I'm leery to speak on. I know what's possible. You'll hear me mention what it could be. You'll hear me mention what it could be. I won't tell you what it is. If I can't read it, I'm never going to tell you what it is. I think you're a genius, man. I've always known that from the source days till we found you on Joe Budden. Till we found you, Joe Budden. Till we found you on Joe Budden. I think that's what you mean. Michael Peterson. Well, thank you, bro. I'm not a genius, but I appreciate it. And thank you for watching me on Joe Budden. That was a good one. You have the most educated guest, though, Mac. But I just want you to know, it's just a guess. It's just a guess. If I found out tomorrow that I was 100% wrong and the contract called, there was no contract in place, and he signed the contract after the DEI thing was announced, then I shut all the way the fuck up and completely go put your foot in his ass. I shut all the way up. For all I know, he signed it after the initiatives. I don't know what the plan is. All I know is when it comes to somebody like Jay, I always just bank on a plan. I figure there's something here happening that I haven't seen, and I've never known Jay to not think several moves ahead, right? So who knows? Who knows? But people talk like they know. You know, we persecute them as if we know, as if it's just cut and dried, black and white, and it rarely is. So I kind of opt on the side of caution. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But I do think there was a way Jay could have fixed this entire thing, and it wouldn't have been super difficult to do. Hey, everybody. I understand that we got a protest going on here. I understand Target deaded their DEI initiatives. I want y'all to know that I am not okay with that. That is not fine with me. I do not agree with that. I do not rock with that. Just so you guys know, my product is going to be in Target. Long-standing contracts won't allow me to just dead everything and opt out without these people trying to bankrupt me. But it doesn't say anything about what I can or can't say, assuming that that's not also in the contract. Assuming that something else isn't in the contract that keeps him from saying what he would like to say or disparaging the company in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Assuming that's not somewhere in the fine print. These, I'm trying to tell y'all, these contracts are we use the word diabolical a lot. Yo, you have no idea what they put in these things. Barring you from everything. Yo, it could be that too. You know they have a non-compete clause? It would be a version of a non-compete clause. You can't disparage the company. As we're distributing until the term of the contract is over, you can't say anything. Or maybe in perpetuity, you can't say anything about us. You can't say anything disparaging about this company or any of its affiliates in perpetuity. I see the good people of the garage would like to get back into the 38 Spesh talk. Top network, top G network. I'm not gonna say it the way you said it, but yes, 38 is never sold out. Period. He is exactly who he is. I really want to see him and 30 him. I want to see 38 and Jada just get on the track and just go for it. Show and prove. Just go for it. Just bust his ass and bust his ass to whoever, to the victor go to spoils. Put your best 16 on a track with Jada. Put your best 16 on a track with 38, and let's see who got it. Winner take all. That's the kind of energy I'm on. Shout out to LR Blitz. He's in the room. Me and him got a track together. Whenever I get on a track with somebody I know and respect, I go for the head. I send a mass. I go for the head. I'm not playing with that dude. Blitz, I'm not playing with him. If I was on a track with 38, I wouldn't play with him neither. These dudes that I would like to do music with, these are not dudes that you play with at all. You go for the head. I got a track with a couple people on this project, and believe you me, whenever that track says Mec Rashawn featuring, know whoever was behind that word featuring, I went for the head. And I think that's what they should do. Hop on this track, aim for the head. Let's see who walks away. That's my energy. That's why I'm air it out. Air it out. Air it out. Go. Let's stop talking. Yeah, crack. Hop on the track. Put your crack your knuckles. Let's get to work. Let's see what you're made of. Air out, and that's what I'd like to see between 38 and Jada. Air it out. Let's see who the better man is, and then let the people decide. Is Jim Jones and his little guy dropping a 38 Spesh disc, radio electric motors? I really hope not. I really hope not. I really hope Jim thinks better of it and handles the work himself, and he puts that that Pusha T energy in it. $5 super chat from Motown Mo82. Salute King. Thank you for supporting the channel. Just so y'all know, everything that comes from this channel gets reinvested back into this channel. Super chats or anything I get goes immediately back into the channel. Want to thank you for supporting. Thank you, King. Much respect. Jimmy Drunk, he said he better than Banks. Yeah. 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 He's supposed to say that though, but now you got to prove it. Now you got to prove it. And you can't hide behind the money. If Jimmy had just said something like, you know, bro, you can check my resume for my bar work. Like I'll put the track up. You want to see how my bars work? Do that. Or just invite him down for a square dance. Come on, hop on this track. Let's see what let's show me, Playboy. Show me. Show me. Show me. Show me. We talking about bars. I ain't mentioned in that conversation. Heard you. So let's get on the track. I'll send you the beat. Send me an email. I'll put the beat out. Let's get to it. Jim stay trolling though. Yeah, top G. And I don't have any. I'm telling you, I believe trolling and hating are low IQ activities. I don't respect it. I don't respect trolling. I don't. I'm from an era where you said what you meant and you had to stand behind your words, bro. I don't respect trolling. I don't respect saying something for the sake of attention, negative or positive. I don't respect that. I never have. I can't. I'm not wired that way. I can't do it. I can't do it. My era, what you said is what you meant. Which is why real men can admit that they're wrong. When you make a mistake, you back that down. Yeah, oh, you know what? You got it. My bad. No. I was wrong. I was wrong. You're 100% right. I see what you're saying now. I was 100% wrong. Whether you didn't have all the information, didn't process it the right way, or hadn't processed it enough, whatever the reason you were wrong, or maybe you were just talking out your ass. You're never too big to apologize because as a man, you stood behind your words, and that included the apology, which is why trolling is like the antithesis of that. I can't do it because as soon as you corner somebody and they say I was just trolling, bro, I can't do that. I have no. That's one aspect of this modern technology age, this internet social media age that I can't get behind. I can't do it. Never been on that. 38 Spit sent a lot of shots. LOL. Spesh may as well get J Black, Curtis Coke, ETQ, and have a moment like Jay and Stay Prop did. Or if there was a misunderstanding, Sugar, you're right. Yeah, I misunderstood. But Mac, that's what's special. Which is why I keep telling. No, wait. Spesh is not trolling. Spesh is standing behind everything he said. He's not trolling. He's telling you what he thinks and how he feels. And I don't think he's saying it for attention. I think he's saying it because that's really what he fucking thinks. You gotta show me the thing he said that he doesn't mean. He's been put in court, like people have approached him and he's doubled and tripled down and then gone further. He's not trolling. He's really standing by this. He really believes Jada's ducking. I don't, but he does. He really believes he's better than Jada. I'm not sure about that, but he is. And he's really willing to hop on a track and figure it out the old-fashioned way. He's not gonna back you if he was trolling. If Jada approached him and be like, "All right, let's do the track," you're like, "Nah, I'm good." He's not gonna. No one here pictures him doing that. No one here can imagine him doing that. He is not trolling. He is not. 38 is a lot of things. A lot of things. Independent, a professional problem, his mother's son. One thing that dude is not is a troll. He means exactly what he's saying. Please believe it. Please. Nuts 973, don't think he's trolling, bro. He's doing all this for attention. No, he's getting the attention anyway, but he's getting attention via his talent. He's willing to back it up. That's totally different from trolling. And I hate this concept that nice MCs can't call attention to themselves. He's not a troll, bro. He's not a troll. You got to let that go. He's not doing all of this for it. This is not. If I believed that 38 was talking the way he's talking in some grand scheme to bring attention to his music, I would grant you that. I don't think that's what's happening. I think he told a story about him wanting Jada Kiss on a track, and I think he told you the truth about that story. And I think the fact that he said it where he said it, it blew up. ABGBK all day. 38 is nice, but not with Jada, bro. No, what? That's to be determined. Let's get them on the track and figure it out. I'm not going. Not to mention the fact that some people is going to like 38 more than they like Jada. That's just the thing. Some people is going to like Jada way more than they like 38. That's also a thing. But I'm all about finding out the honest way. Let's just hop on the track and figure it out. We don't have to sit on my live and speculate. Let's hop on the track and figure. Let's get them on the beat and figure it out. Let's see who's better than who. I promise you 38 is going to surprise a lot of people, which is what I believe he knows in his heart. I think in his heart, he believes that Jada will you know, ultimately take the W. But when it's not a walk in the park, he gets it. I think Spesh just needs to prove his point. He just needs to prove his point. Jada can prove his point by not ducking, assuming that's his point. That goes back to me saying he's delusional. I've never heard his name this much since he's been out. That doesn't make him delusional, bro. That doesn't make him delusional. Makes him confident. Doesn't make him delusional. Because what if he does it? What if he gets on the track with Jada and has the better verse? Now what happens? It's not delusional. And he's not doing it for attention. I don't think he sat in his house and said, I'm gonna diss Jadakiss. And then that's gonna make Khaled and Fat Joe and Jada talk about me on the pod, and I'm gonna fire back at them. And that's gonna make Jim Jones say something. I'm gonna fire back at him. Like, I don't think this isn't like a marketing scheme. I think he's going with it. But I think if he didn't go with it, he'd be folding up. And what part of the game is that? Who does that? L, what up? Good to see you, man. Sis. Good to see you, sis. Hold on, I'm missing some comments. And you, my brother, see the glass half full. I'm just seeing hip hop. His skill set won't allow. We'll see. We'll see. You know what? You're talking to somebody. You're talking. It maybe let me grant you. Let me grant you an olive branch. 973. Let me grant you an olive branch. I personally have been counted out because my name wasn't where it was, or because people didn't know me for my pen, etc., etc., etc. I've been counted out on tracks, on beats, and those songs have never seen the light of day because the dude they counted out counted better. And I pulled up and I bust their ass, and that track never saw the light of day, and it took many moons before it got back to me as to why that track never came out. So I'm all for, being underestimated and seeing what happens. I know the dudes whose scalps I got in my closet. They're sitting up on my shelf, dusting them off. I know the dudes whose heads I took off. So maybe I'm a little sensitive to, but also I'm all for let's see what happens. And every MC has their breakout moments. You can't penalize them for how it happens. Nobody had heard of Jay-Z until Jaz-O brought him on stage, or Original Flavor gave him a feature. Like, it's a breakout moment. It's what happens. Be more. No, I'm not going to share because I can't prove it. I can't prove it. So there's no point in even saying it. I can't prove it. That would probably be closer to clout chasing than what I think 38 is doing. Ha ha ha. Shazam. I can't prove it at all. Plus, it wouldn't do me any good. What I would like to do is get those exact same people on the track now, get them on my album, and completely drag them. That would be fantastic for me. We'll see if it happens. Facts, but all Spesh said is he had a better verse, and he never said he was better than Kiss. Facts. Facts. That's something else we keep overlooking. He never said he was better than Kiss. He said he had the best verse. And on any given Sunday, anyone can have the best verse. It's a thing. Anyone can, any given Sunday. Shout out to all the lurkers up in the rooms who are not commenting. Do me a favor, hit the like, hit the hype button, and hit the subscribe. Come on, join the mechanic. Join the garage. This is how we talk every day around 5 o'clock. I go live. If you're up there right now, do me a favor and hit the likes. Just subbed, sir. Respect. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Much respect. BK all day. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. The Mech and Gat Show, brand new joint. Just put up the new carousel with a couple of clips of us interviewing Dame. I'll talk to y'all about that later. I love Spesh, but it wouldn't be there wouldn't be a Spesh without Jada. Right. I agree. I agree. However, Kobe had to play Jordan. You see where I'm going with this? Kobe had to play Jordan. LeBron had to play Kobe. You got it. You know your forefathers are there for it, but you got it. You know you might have to AI somebody. You go and not one word on this has been spoken from 38 to disrespect Jada. That hasn't happened. That hasn't happened. Anyone can have the best verse at any time, but when you say Cats is ducking, you are implying that you're better. You're implying that they don't believe they're gonna be good enough when y'all meet up, or maybe they're coasting. Like, I don't make me sit in somebody's mind and tell you what they think. I never heard AI say shit crazy about Mike after the crossover. We haven't heard 38 say nothing crazy about Jada after the track because the track hasn't happened yet. What 38 said was the track with him, Benny, and Jada, he had the best verse. That's what he said. And he said the reason why he can't get Jada on a new track is because Jada knew it and Jada doesn't want to get shown up. That's the crux of the whole thing. And I'm paraphrasing like crazy, but that's the crux of the whole thing. And if you go back and listen to that song, that specific record, there is a case for 38 having the best verse on that record. There's a case. Super chat from Butter Jones. Mech, do you need you for the app I built for the heads? We'll talk about that later. But definitely something. I'll put my email up. Mechanism Consultant. I'll put the email up. You can send me over some details, and we'll see what it's hitting for. I'm not anti. And he said he's ducking him. He might think that, bro. Nuts. You gotta let this go. He may believe that. That doesn't mean he's trolling. He may think Jada's ducking him. I don't think that. But he may believe that. You gotta let that go, bro. He may believe that. Wait, all this back and forth about a song that's not released. Push all this back and forth about a song that hasn't even been made. The whole thing is 38 invited is welcoming. He's trying to get a Jadakiss feature, and he's willing to pay for it. But when Jada's not doing it, Jada, who has a reputation in this industry for being notoriously difficult to get a feature from, has not pulled up on 38. And 38 said, well, it's possible that he's ducking me. I did really go crazy on the song. I had the best verse on the record with me, him, and Benny. I had the best verse. It's possible he's ducking me. I think he's ducking me. You don't want to get it again. You got to be cocky talking how you talk. You got to be confident talking how you talk. Got to be confident. Push, I got you. Yeah, I'm all for the MC talk. Like if you want me nuts, I think you're not seeing this as objective. I don't think you're being as objective. Just here for the love, bro. The interaction is a plus. Peace and love. Oh, nuts! Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. This is what we do here. This is the conversation, and you are very much welcome here with all opposing points. I'm not here to I don't expect everybody to agree with me at all. This wouldn't be any fun if it wasn't. So you are 100%. It's when you start trolling or being a contrarian that I have a problem. But like I this is all love, King. You are welcomed here whenever. This is the get down. This is what we doing here. This is how we give it up. Man, when the mech project dropping, can a brother get a sample or something? I got radio, electric motors. I got you. I got you. I'm gonna start recording. I'm thinking next month. I'm thinking the end of this month. I'm gonna start recording, and I should have the entire thing. I should have album one finished by fall. So yes, you can definitely get the mech out. It's on the way. Yeah, no, Nutty's fine. Nutty's fine. He's this again. I welcome it. Y'all know this is hip hop talk. We have a hip hop talk. Yes, a safe space for the non-casual. Absolutely. This is even a safe space for casuals. They just have to recognize they're casuals. I'm gonna talk to you a little different because you're casual, but I'm not gonna disrespect you. But you are casual. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna sugarcoat the fact that you're a casual. You come in here with some casual ass take and say it like it's the gospel. Like, yeah, bro, I'm 100% gonna like sprinkle casual dust on you. But I let you embarrass yourself. But that's just us. What happened to Ebro and the other dude? Oh, come on, man. I can't do that. I can't call Ebro and Rosenberg dweebs. I can't do that. Rosenberg has done a lot for the underground New York City hip hop scene. Rosenberg has been sugar dust. That's hilarious. Rosenberg has been responsible for a lot. I can't disrespect him like that. I know a lot of people disagree with his takes, but I also know the work that he's put in for the New York underground hip hop scene. I know what he's done for people personally, and I've seen him at the grimiest shows that the other radio station heads don't go to because he genuinely loves this shit. And you can call it cap, call it a cape, call it whatever. I'm telling you what I saw in my own eyes. I'm telling you the pictures me and this dude have, the one or two flicks we've taken have been in like some grime ball hip hop spots. And yeah, man. I can't shit on I can't shit on those dudes. Yeah, from Maryland, the rich part, but he's in love with what the culture does, and he didn't stay there, bro. He came here and made a name here, and represented here and did work here. I can't dead him. I can't dead him. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen him in the spots where you would not think bro would pull up to. And this is as he's on the radio. I've seen he wasn't hosting, he was just there in the cut, quiet, head down, in knit right here with it. Just just head banging, or just snapping to the bars. Top Dog, the tunnel was before my time, believe it or not. The tunnel was before me. So I don't know if he ever made it to the. I can't speak on that. The tunnel was before me. Don't let this premature grade fool you. The tunnel was before my time. Um, Sugar, that's hilarious. Yeah, Ultra Instinct. Yeah, man. Yeah, believe it or not, Rosenberg. I don't vouch for a lot of people, but I can tell you, I saw that dude. Me and him have stopped and chopped it up in spots where you would never think you would see him. I was shocked as shit when I bumped into him. 38 knows what he's doing. I think 38 is doing what he can do. I don't think it's again. I don't think this is a plan. I think you take the bull by the horns. I think you take the bull by the horns and you rock with it. You don't fold up under pressure. If 38 folded under this scrutiny to his words, I would look at him different. He would lose aura points from me. He would lose respect from me. Not, I respect him as a person, but as an artist, he would lose respect points from me if he just folded up because the pressure was on. He's doing what he needs to do. He said what he said and he's standing by it. Call me crazy, but if you've ever seen me on My Expert Opinion, you can understand how I respect that kind of talk. We're cut from the same cloth in that way. Call me crazy, but that's my get down. You say what you say, you stand by it, and you don't say it because you don't mean it. You say it because you mean it. You stand 10 toes, and whatever comes, bring it on. Whatever happens, bring it on. You stand by it until you don't. Until you don't. Until you, if you realize you're wrong, you stand by that apology. But you do what you got to do. You man up. Rest in peace, Young Dolph. My opinion, Benny and Spesh may have out rapped Kiss and Styles on the song Driver's Seat by Just a Hair. See, just that fast. Here comes Radio Electric Motors. Shout out to Slade. Thank you, Slade, for that. Much appreciated for the jewels. It's 96 degrees outside right now. I got the AC on, but I also am sitting under lights, and I'm in like my office. But I kind of like this feeling. It reminds me of them clubs that I'm talking about that don't seem to really exist anymore. It's kind of my thing. It's kind of my energy. It's kind of my vibe right here. So yeah. No, it's hot as shit up here. But oh yeah, no, we whooping Miami's ass. But y'all got humidity and we don't. Benny the Butcher was signed to spec. Yeah. Come to AZ, it's 110. Ultra Instinct, I don't know how y'all live in Arizona. I've seen those temperatures. Y'all are bugging the fuck out. I don't know why anybody lives there. I like no disrespect to Arizona, but if I saw that on a thermostat, y'all moving. I'm moving. I am moving. 110 degrees out there means God does not want me there. I'm out. I'm out. No thing. 110 degrees. Dreads look like matches, bro. I'm already in the melanin mafia. Y'all bugging. No, sir. No, sir. I'm walk out of there looking like Akon. Out of a fire. Like, no. Texas has weeks of 100 degrees. Yeah, push. No. Again, no. Over here, that's a heat wave. We had 100, 101, and like 103, like maybe a couple weeks back, and it was like in a row. Man, you bugging. No, sir. I'm moving. God did not mean for me to live in Arizona and Texas. I don't think he wanted people there. I think the temperature is him trying to get y'all to leave, and y'all won't go. It's like somebody turning on slow music at the end of the night in a party to get people to go home, and you motherfuckers start slow dancing. And the DJ's trying to get y'all out of there. So now he starts playing opera. And then somebody found a way to dance the opera. And now he's really pissed off because he want to go home and he can't get y'all to leave. That's what that feels like. 110 degrees is just them playing opera at the end of the night, trying to get us the fuck out of there, and we ain't listening. And then next thing you know, he playing yodeling music, and it's 120 like that. Y'all just not taking the hint. Y'all not supposed to be there. Y'all taking the hint. Y'all ain't taking the hint. 100. I wish I man 110 degrees. What? Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. How can people have sex out there under a fan or in a pool or in the AC? A pool got to feel like soup. I'm done. I'm done. Y'all out there trying to fucking make lobster bisque by mistake in the tub. Like y'all, no. Them ACs got to be industrial grade. Big buggy. You try to have sex and spontaneously combust. No sir. No sir. Miss me with that. Miss me with that. Miss me with that. I'm cool on all that. All right, listen, y'all. Yeah, I've kept y'all on long enough. Let me get on out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be back in this piece tomorrow, 5 p.m. Please pull up and join me. I want to thank everybody who hit me with a super chat today. Just know that money's not going in my pocket. It's going back into this channel. 1,500 off my goal, and once that happens, you're going to see a brand new everything happening around here. Everybody, please stay safe. Stay comfortable. Stay under the damn AC if you got to. B74, stay out of the weather. Everybody on here, be cool, be light. Let's keep it hip-hop. Let's keep it peace. Let's keep it safe. In the meantime, in between time, brothers and sisters, mothers and misters, bunions and blisters, this has been the garage, home to the worldwide mechanics. I'm the lead mechanic, Mac Rashawn. I just realized that wrong. Again, I want to thank y'all for pulling up. Catch me back over here tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Make sure you hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm going live and you can pull up and rock with me. Shout out to everybody who hit me with a super chat. Shout out to everybody who hit me with the gems and the jewels and the flow state and all that other fly shit. I love it to death. Come on in here, hang up your coveralls, hang up your tool belt. Let's get this car off the rack and see where we at. Hit the likes, hit the hypes, hit the subs. That's the way you show your boy love. Be cool, and I will see y'all tomorrow at 5 p.m. Until then, the garage is now officially closed for the evening.